So for this Valentine's, my friends and I are going to just roast the hell out of each other and rank all of our fictional crushes. So I made a list of all of my fictional crushes that I could remember, and I got to about 30 when I realized that's a little too much. So I figured I'm going to try to cut them down and figure out who is the best crushes to take to my friend's crush battle royale stream. I don't know what we're doing. I mean, first off, on this list here, I'm putting Sephiroth in the trash. I played him when, not even this Sephiroth that I have a picture of, like the really bad PlayStation graphics Sephiroth I played. But he was so pretty and so creepy, and I loved him. So my very first crush was Android 17 from Dragon Ball Z. He was cool, and you know, he was strong, he beat people up. I have the History of Trunks on VHS, and I watched it a lot. And you know, he started out bad, but he fixed himself. And that's a good quality, right? Put him pretty high up there. My second crush, so my best friend and I. My best friend loved Matt from Digimon, and I was totally into the Digimon Emperor. But unfortunately, I was kind of only into him as the Digimon Emperor, and then after he stopped and became all like nice and good, I was kind of like meh about him. Hey, Ken, yeah, you're in the trash, sorry. But I am head over heels for Herlock Sholmes. He's a big old dork and I love him. There is honestly nothing wrong, and he's taking care of his friend's daughter, so he's like a good stepdad. I don't even have kids, but he's a good stepdad. And he's funny and he's smart, and he trashes the viola, but I play the viola, so that kind of hurt. So let's smidge that down a little bit, but only a little bit. He's perfect. This is one of my first, like, not real person, because I didn't, you know, like, I don't really know what Michelle Pfeiffer does in her free time, I don't know. But Catwoman from Batman Returns? That was definitely one of those movies you watch as a kid and you're like, huh, I don't know what I'm feeling, but I feel a certain way, and it's so confusing. But not too confusing, since, you know, I turned out ace in the end. I don't think I could fix her. I mean, honestly, if I met her in real life, I'd be a little scared, naturally. I don't think I can fix her. Okay, she's going in the I can't fix him category. The first few episodes, I felt nothing. I'm like, haha, what a funny bird. And I hate the fact that it's a bird. But the episode, it's spoilers, I guess, for Hell of a Boss. If you want to skip over that, it should be, I'll have chapters up. When Stolas summoned himself out of hell using the corpses of all those, like, agents, and he was, like, all threatening the other two, I was so into that. I was just staring at that scene and feeling like goosebumps, and I'm like, oh no, I think I'm in love. And then everything else he did just kind of kicked into. I'm like, alright, and he's a good dad, and he sings really nice. There's a big issue where, you know, orientations don't quite mix, and, you know, he's still a bird. There's nothing to fix. He's perfect. I mean, he's not. But he acknowledges his own issues. So again, I don't need to fix him. He's fixing himself. But I don't mind being a beard princess of hell wife to him. That's fine. And I'm gonna skip because I have another bird on my list. I don't know why. I don't. Why is it birds? It was Tobias from the Animorphs. Again, he was like a hawk 90% of the thing. But he was a sad hawk. Oh, but you know what? He kind of became so emotionally stunted, which was really cool to read in books, but I could not deal with that in real life. So, kinda meh? Yeah. If anyone's new to this channel, I love coffee. And he was also really cool and kind of mean and really cool, and he loved coffee, and I'm looking at this list and I realized, huh, there is a whole kind of crazy dude with white hair kind of issue going on here. Yeah, you're up there. And I guess as I drag these two up, I guess I'll go over both of them. So Bakura from Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, I have Thief Bakura here, but it was Battle City Bakura and this Bakura. Either were fine. I can't fix you. I can't fix you at all. I love you and I love to look at you, but that wouldn't work out. And speaking of things that wouldn't work out, Nagito from Danganronpa. Oh, where's my other Danganronpa guy? Yeah, Rentaro. Rentaro, get over here too. The vast differences between the two. I will defend Nagito to my last dying breath. I love him. I love him. He's smart. Look, he's smart and driven and has a strong belief in his ideals. And he's lucky. And, you know, totally would not be into me because he's really fixated on Hajime. But I love him. I couldn't fix anything about him, but I love him. And then Rentaro, I gotta put you in meh. You are so beautiful, and you're so dumb, and I love you, but... yeah. I'm an older sister, and he lost many, if not all, his sisters. Maybe. V3's weird like that. Anyway, kind of meh. Wouldn't work out. I'm sorry. Alright, so this one is going straight into the trash because it is one of my first horror crushes when I started liking horror movies. So I was a little kid, and for whatever reason, I was like, Jason. I just fixated on Jason so much. But then, a few years ago, I got into Dead by Daylight, and they had their Jason XP kind of character, Trapper, and it's basically the cooler Jason. Even though, you know, in the dating visual novel, he kind of dumped me. So anyway, Jason Voorhees in the trash, sorry. But Trapper, he was still into me in the game, Hooked on You, the dating spinoff of Dead by Daylight. And he said he didn't want to murder me, and his family hates me. It's kind of meh, though. A little bit. He's a little bit above meh. There's a smidge I could fix, but no. So here's another relatively recent one, and that's Keiji. Look at this sad, exhausted man. He has anxiety, but he still cares. He's lovely. And he doesn't trust me when I'm playing Sarah. But he's also too close to Sarah and she's a teenager, so it's kind of weird. But he never crosses the line. It's okay. Like, he could just be a fatherly kind of figure. We don't know his intentions. Oh, that's creepy. I swear he's not as creepy as I'm making him sound. I can fix it. This one's also in my list of... I love him. He would never love me the way I love him back. Because he's not into women whatsoever. But this is Olivine from New Carnival. I went in thinking I was going to like the one tall, buff, blonde guy, because apparently that is also another one of my types here, I guess. I never realized, but I guess. And I met Olivine, and I love him. He's nice, which isn't really, you know, something that's on my list a lot, apparently, which is a little concerning. And... yeah, okay, look. It's an explicit game, okay? I can't... I mean, it's not needing fixing, it's just... You would never be into me, but you're so beautiful. Alright, I'm gonna put him halfway between I can't fix him and kind of meh, just because there's nothing to fix, it just would never work out. Alright. And then speaking of mobile games I'm playing, Asmodeus from Obey Me. Again, I went in thinking like, oh man, I can't wait to romance Satan. Which is a wonderful sentence to say out loud. I was like, yeah, it's like he's smart and blonde and kind of a little bit mean, and then Asmodeus was there. And that started my era of like, wait, no, you know what I want? I don't want these sad jerks who are going to be mean to me. I want someone to be my best friend and gonna be nice and we'll have fun. And I know there's a big issue, you know, I'm Ace, he's, you know, the demon of lust. But it's fine, because we can flirt together and I can send him home with whoever we're flirting with. It works. And he likes you back. And You know, doesn't matter because in that game, MC is a sheep, and he's totally cool with that. And that makes it sound worse. Anyway, I'm saying appearances don't matter to him, even though he's one of like the most beautiful characters in the game. When I was in high school, Resident Evil 4 took over my life, and then you know it was Leon Scott Kennedy with his beautiful, beautiful hair. He's so gorgeous. And I bought Resident Evil 4 on the GameCube and the PlayStation 2 and the Wii. And I'm gonna buy again the remake that comes out. And I buy his character in Dead by Daylight. So, you know, I just like looking at Leon. That's not a crime. But if someone says like, oh yeah, what's his personality? I'm like, I remember that. 100% sure, so he's in meh. Beautiful, but meh. Oh yeah, starting off all the mobile dating games I started playing. Actually, I think I have a few of those. Yeah, I'll get all those out the way. Jaehee from Mystic Messenger. Again, another game where I was expecting like, oh, okay, cool. I saw pictures of 707. I'm like, he seems really funny and cool. I'm probably gonna romance him. And then I realized then Jaehee was like an option, and she loves coffee. I love coffee. And she's like the only one on my list who's like responsible and has her shit together. And I need that to balance me out. Right, and then like the other big mobile game obsession I had, espresso cookie. I loved espresso cookie and I loved herb cookie. And I tried to pick between the two, like, who did I like the most? And the answer was espresso cookie. Because again, coffee. A coffee, apparently, like, that's the way to my heart. Just make me a cup of coffee and a mixtape and I'll fall in love with you. He's kind of grumpy. And again, I think he was into, what's his name? Was it Madeline Cookie? I think he's into Madeline Cookie. So again, it's not a I can't fix, there's nothing to fix issue. It's a you wouldn't like me back. I'm gonna put you in kind of meh. So Sephiroth, trash Final Fantasy taste. Zell, on the other hand, my short king. We're the same height. He was like energetic and he loved his mom. But yeah, no, the game's like, oh man, here's Squall, dark and moody. Here's Cypher, the tall blonde strong guy, which apparently I thought was my type, but it's not always. And I'm like, no, I want the short one over there just stuffing hot dogs in his face. I love him. Oh, my Tumblr phase. Hannibal Lecter from the NBC Hannibal series. That's going in no, just no. I love him. I don't eat that much meat. And particularly not human meat. But on the plus side, has a job, can cook, has no issues adopting children and 100 dogs. I'm just also not Will, so he wouldn't care about me. So, nope. I love you, but goodbye. And then continuing my Tumblr phase, we got Bucky Barnes. I was obsessed with the Winter Soldier. Like, Winter Soldier is still my favorite MCU movie, and like my third favorite comic book movie. Watchmen's still #1 on here. But Bucky took over my life for like a couple years, and that was kind of weird. I'm not as into him anymore though. I've let him go. Also MCU stuff. And this one is going straight into Perfect Match. And this is specifically the My Life as a Weapon Clint Barton Hawkeye. There is one scene, and it's one, loves coffee and is a human disaster, which, you know, I love. But there's this one scene where he's surrounded by the bad guys in the scene, and he's like, you know, being around Captain America really makes you want to be like a good person, but do you see him anywhere here? And he goes and beats the crap out of everybody, and I was just like, oh yeah, no, that's perfect. And he adopts a dog. That's also, you know, a key thing here that I like. Do you like coffee? Do you like dogs? Perfect. Okay, so one of my newer ones, Alistair. And I think the only confirmed one where I'm like, wait, he's Ace. So like, top tier. Like, put him right there at the top. And he can cook, I think. He's mentioned jambalaya. You can make jambalaya. I don't know if he can cook it well, but he thinks he can cook at least. And he's strong and he's cool. Should put him in the cannibal list of no, just no. But I could totally fix him. I'm gonna put him there and I could fix him. Maybe. Oh, childhood one. Okay, I forgot this Digimon. I have another Digimon here. And you're going in the trash. But Blackmore Greymon. I don't know. He was also just very sad. This is the only character I can remember. I'm like, yeah, you're cool and you were sad. And I gotta put you in the trash. I'm sorry. Brienne of Tarth. Is there a I'm trash? Like, I'm not good enough for you? Yeah, I need to put me in the trash because I'm not good enough for you. She was so cool and so strong and I love her, and honestly, right here could be either her or Sakura from Danganronpa. But I chose her because I didn't want to like fill this entire thing up with Danganronpa characters. Oh, my other book crush. Peeta Mellark from Hunger Games. I was basically like Katniss the entire book reading the book, so I'm like, I don't care what happens, just save him please. I love him. And yeah, he's in meh right now. I really need to watch that new Trigun remake that they did. Because Trigun, if I watched, for the first time, if I just watched Trigun now as an adult, absolutely it would be Vash. Like, he has that sweet dopey energy, while he also can, you know, murder people. I mean, not that he does, but he could. Murder people energy that I really love. But I didn't. I watched Trigun as a middle schooler, high schooler, I don't remember. So Legato. And we're putting him straight in the trash. But also, now that I think about it, hold on. Legato? Nagito? Bucky? I'm like, who else is missing an arm that's on this list here? That's weird. Is it all the same arm? Hold on. What arm is Legato missing? Is it his left arm also? Because if it's your left arm, and I always have a thing for people who don't have their own left arm, that's kind of a weird coincidence. Yeah, okay, anyway. No, just no. I don't think you're trash worthy, from what I remember. But you're in a... Look. I gotta run the other way if you're coming near me. Pause. The boss from... Again, I'm gonna put a little... spoilers for Metal Gear Solid 3, which came out, you know, a billion years ago. The scene where you have to shoot her, I didn't. I couldn't. I was like, absolutely not. I love her. I would never shoot her. And then I eventually had to after like 40 minutes. But... it's the boss. Again, I think this is I'm trash. I'm not good enough for you. Devil May Cry. Everyone says Devil May Cry 2 was the worst and it's terrible, and I never noticed because Lucia existed. And I was just staring at her and I'm like, she is the coolest person ever. I love Devil May Cry 2. I don't know what's wrong with you. I can't actually, but you know what? I can't remember your personality. That's the issue. Aside just cool and pretty. Like, prettier than Peeta. I'm putting everyone below Nagito. Like, Nagito, you're top tier garbage. This is great. Is that my final list? Is that everybody? I have 117, Herlock Sholmes, Stolas, Godot, Keiji, Asmodeus, Jehi, Zell, Hawkeye? I technically only have 9 in Perfect Match, so I can add one more. And I need to figure out, is it going to be Alistair or is it going to be Nagito? Alright, pros and cons. Pros and cons between Nagito and Alistair. Nagito has apparently 2 of the types that I apparently like, which is white hair and missing left arm. That's a positive. Alistair is ace. And they're both really, really smart. Like, you know what? I think I'm gonna go with Nagito because maybe after the summer, after Hazbin Hotel comes out, I can be like, yeah, I know more about him and I can tell you all about him and fall in love more, but as it is, crazy it is. Now I gotta put you up, because with all your flaws, all your many flaws, I love you. I love you the most. Alright, so that's the list, and my friends and I will probably just trash all my tastes. It's fine. I'll see you guys all next time. Laters!